Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where today we're gonna push. We're gonna hit Dust Driven Distillery here. It's gonna send up another victory flag. And then from there, I mean, it's just a sprint, right? We're just going dust as fast and hard as we can. Now, one thing I was thinking is that it would probably at this point be okay to start settling cities again. Like if we just put something down in the region of Strahd, that gives us a couple extra trade routes to run to the rest of the Empire, and we can definitely absorb the expansion disapproval of that. As you can see here, we are well north of 100%. Is that going to mess with my Empire plan? I guess is a fair question. No, it won't. It won't be a problem. I mean, in theory, we should do something like that, probably. So we're gonna... There's 3 turns left for the Empire plan. Yeah, we'll be fine. We will be just fine, in fact. So, let us pop a point of population out of one of these cities. And it doesn't really matter which one. I guess another question is, like, how many new cities? Because it's probably more than one. More cities is more trade, and as long as we're not dropping down below the 90% threshold, it's all positives, right? Although, we do still have to worry about green. I feel like we've been really lucky a bunch of games in a row to have our neighbors basically like sort of take each other out of commission. And like we faced very little pressure in a lot of the games in this series, which is unusual in my experience. I don't know. Like, I hate to be like, oh, maybe I'm just too good for the settings we're on. Like, part of me is definitely terrified to move it up to Endless. I remember playing on Endless. I remember what that was like. But maybe it's worth considering. I don't know. I'm gonna have a think on it. In any case, I am gonna produce one more settler here. We're gonna take Strahd and we're gonna take Redalta. Now, obviously, the downside of this, of course, is that I am making it harder for us to run our luxury boosters, but I feel like we've had that stuff pretty under control for the last little while here, so maybe we'll be all right. Yeah, and Dasraj is just never going to become vulnerable again. They're going to be running troops through it for the rest of the game. All right, well, I guess let's just get a move on. We'll just head home. Bring this army back here where it could at least be useful on defense, maybe. Now, of course, it's worth remembering the best dust-producing buildings are not trivial to produce. Building up these 2 new cities is going to cost us some glass steel that we kind of don't really have. I guess I should be looking around at what are the minor factions, because if there are relevant minor factions around here, I should probably grab them. If there are minor faction villages that are of the ones that we already have assimilated, I mean. It looks like there are not. That's a Herna region. Okay. Absolutely not. They really think I want open borders with them. They are super convinced. Alright, pretty happy about that. Dustland Vol can start grabbing dust trickery. And I mean, at this point, the winter, it can't go on too much longer. Boy, things are getting a little jerky here, a little stuttery. So it doesn't super matter where I put this down. I don't know if the distance of a trade route's travel is counted in spaces or regions, I'm realizing. Because if it's counted in spaces, then I should settle the city over here, right? But I don't... Do I think that's likely to be the case? Also, there are no anomalies in this whole region? Crummy. I guess then, like, here? Yeah, whatever. All right, in this region, at least we have like... We have some places where the resource layout's a little tighter and like makes more sense to put down. All right, so you can just loot some stuff, build a city within 5 turns. Why, how did you know? So it looks like the Mycera city was in fact removed from the map. Yeah, my suspicion is that Green's army is not actually stoppable. Maybe we should try to get peace with them? Like, you know, while they're still busy. At some point, it's going to break, and they're going to have my head. But the point is to slow down that calculation, such that that point occurs after the game comes to an end. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. So we're going to get a whole bunch of wine here in a second. Well, when we put down the city, we're going to get a bunch of wine. I mean, we'll be fine. We'll be fine on luxuries. It's going to be okay. So where do we still need... Like, we still have Dust Revitalizer, which is 30 glass steel to build in some places. But I think we've got all of our other glass steel dust buildings up, right? There's still the issue of equipment, right? Almost nobody has these. So we have them in the 18 pop city and the 20 pop city, which is definitely obviously the most important places. Can I get one more off the market? I get 2 more off the market. It's like it's my birthday. Here, Tralny is also large enough to benefit from one of those. We have really good, really good stuff for our governors this game. So that's the edge of the region. So we probably ought to just. Oh, you know what? There is an anomaly over there. Let's go grab that. And then, gosh, we have a lot of money. And I just don't feel like I have much of an idea what I want to do with all of it. Man, there's like no... Well, whatever. It does not matter that there is no industry in this region. We will be fine without it. So in order to turn them back into one of my armies, they have to be in my territory, I believe. So we have to safely, while they are represented as just a neutral bunch of jerks, safely get them back to our territory somehow. And I'm not really sure what my plan is for that. I'm a little leery of this move, given that I don't exactly know what's in that village. But it is only 4 things, but also we're badly injured. Okay, that army's pretty slow. Yeah, we'll just get in the water next turn. I guess that's a play. This'll get me another abbey. Which we can put here. I think this is a reasonable spot for it. Yeah, probably here, right? And then apparently this city doesn't have... we have a couple of level 2 districts. Yeah, it's probably better we do this than the other thing. We'll get the resources together for a museum soon enough. How much of this are we making? If you don't have at least 1 unit, you can't do the mouse over to see how much you're producing every turn. That's a shame. Now, you know what would be super neat? If this damn winter would come to an end. Hey, wow. I can't believe that worked. Alright, well, obviously our trade routes are going to reevaluate here. Hopefully to some numbers that have us winning the game before turn 170 something. We did it! Yep, everybody remains happy. This ran out, refire. This ran out, refire. As before, really does make a lot of sense to have a hero. Sadly, no heroes of the factions that I would really like. I'll take another archivist, that's fine. And then, like, gosh. You're level 6. Okay, your skills are terrible, though. That's something. Yeah, alright. Neither one of these cities is volcanic. We could swap the volcanic lord to Morktra. Yeah, that's probably okay to do. So let's go ahead and give you, right off the bat, this and that. That's over. The roundup didn't find anything. Forgot we were even running one. Alright, I don't think it matters where these heroes actually go. Just gotta make sure that we are giving them the equipment. And then we got a lot of stuff to buy out in these cities. Well, whatever. I don't miss that. Honestly, I think we probably do just like walk up the side here. It's not awesome, but it is the best way to get to the critically important technologies that we are headed to. So let me make sure I haven't totally screwed this up. That is now 75. If we wanted to take it to here, we're at 93. So yeah, we're extremely cool. We're very fine. Obviously, that is of great import. The dust depository less so, though, right? Because the population of the city is so low. Definitely build those. Definitely build these. You know, we don't actually have vision over there. Cannot spend my money fast enough. I think with the sewers, the city's going to be fine. But this does give... Yeah, that does give dust. Okay. Same thing here. Just kind of a lot of the basics. Obviously, the right-of-way is tremendously valuable. It's the primary reason we're building the place. Then I click outside the city just to show my disdain for the whole process. Okay. We're going to finish this process still considerably north of 100,000 dust. Cannot spend it fast enough. Alright, is there any other, like, tremendously important stuff to do? Not really. keep checking the marketplace, make sure we're buying, buying whatever glass steel shows up, because every unit of glass steel is valuable. For the moment, things are holding. Let's let these trade routes get established. Let our first turn of summer, our first turn where we're starting actually in the summer, start here and see where our trade values end up. I'm a little surprised to see that we are sub 30k this turn. That's handy. Given that we were over 30k. Oh no, sorry. I saw this and I was like, oh my god, Green lost their city, but no, of course not. Hey there, really fast moving asshole guy. Green still fully dedicated to that spite. 100% critical that they let me know that they will do anything to annoy me. Nope, do not do that. Did not tell you to do that. So we have the money to buy some units, obviously. Let's put some units in, I don't know, the new cities, probably. Let's just like really make sure we are stocked up. Because we are going to have a hard time fighting Green off. We really need them to just look at the numbers on our garrisons and go, you know what, that's not a war that's worth fighting. That is not directly relevant to my interests as a weird robot guy. Where's the other one? Redalta, okay. Redalta deserves Minotaurs too. Don't we all? Really think about it. Treat yourself today. This is advice from your old pal SB. Treat yourself today to some Minotaurs. Oh, the Dustwater. The Dustwater's not running. That's probably got a little something to do with it. Okay, 34k. That's a little bit more reasonable. So we're at 45% now, and we're gaining like 3.5% per turn, which is certainly something. I assume, yeah, nobody else is even close on that. Of course, my concern is the other victory conditions. Purple did finish a second victory tech. The diplomatic victory is definitely not coming home fast enough to matter. A lot's going to come down to whether Purple suffers enough infrastructure damage from Green that it starts really impacting their research times. And it looks to me like probably they will. I think it looks like that's what's happening. So what is your job now? There's some other minor pearls to grab. There's some unsearched ruins over here. We could do some of that. So with dust-driven distillery, I'm expecting a pretty good bump. And hopefully we'll just really take off. 2 more cities worth of trade routes, of course, is going to help. Each of those cities has 3 routes going out of it now. Bump to 42 is less than I was hoping, but again, trade routes may not be recalculated yet. Okay, 49's good. A lot of stuff going on here, I'm noticing. Did you know we got some notifications this turn? What is this? This is the most important one. Okay, a warning. Sered trying to make it cheaper to do negative stuff to us. Probably not great news for me. Yep, that's my notification. Here's Purple hitting 300,000. Good for them, I say. Resigo can grab that. I gotta tell you, I always feel like when the Red Sang is active, it feels like it does way more than double the XP income rate. Let me just like not spending. There's a lot of XP earned that turn. All right, so obviously plus 25% dust on cities. Lower military upkeep is more money in total for everybody else. A little bit more science, why not? I think I'm cool here. And then we can continue to expand in that same way, right? We could just put out more settlers and creep over more of the terrain. And there's certainly some value in doing so. So what do we want now? We could go after another victory tech. Maybe we should grab weapons technology instead. Remember when I was going to do that? Maybe just in case, we should grab rare alloys real quick. I'm not saying it's definitely going to matter, but what if it matters? Terran... Oh, Terran can build a burrow. Neat. What a cool and exciting time. Then get to work on another dervish. Yeah, I still need... Okay, 4 glass steel's good. 4 glass steel's gonna get us someplace. Lets us do a dust refinery in the other new city, right? Obviously, that one's pretty valuable. Okay, yep. So 50k. 50k is good. I mean, it's better. They're still hunting me. Look at this. All right, I may have to disengage from this continent. Yeah, yeesh. 1.1k fortification with the reflection walls. So much influence. So, if we were going to try to sneak their city, of course, what we would do is a damage fortification. Obviously, even at level 3, it's a big deal, but given the raw numbers involved here, I would think a 4 or a 5 would be necessary, even if we could catch the city, like, completely undefended. And what are the odds of that, really? Oh, I moved the whole city garrison. Well, you know what? That's probably okay. Here, let's split this in half. Part of it'll go up here. Part of it'll just drop into this city. Yeah. And then after we get rare alloys, I think there's a pretty good chance that we're just going to go like Serum of Iteru. I'd be reluctant to do a third. I mean, I guess Serum of Iteru is like the back off I'm scary play. Self-driving plows is the one that actually gets us more money, but it gets us more money in an indirect enough way that it might not be enough money to make a difference. And I'm definitely, first of all, we're just talking about a lot of time, right? 3 victory techs is a lot of science. But secondly, I have very real concerns that generating another victory flag could turn out pretty poorly for us, potentially. We should have a quick word. Peace looks like maybe doable. Yeah, I mean, obviously. You want highway outposts? Really? Okay, I mean, I'll do that. And then, like, yeah, I'll just give them a whole lot of dust. This looks like it's probably 50,000 dust. Yup. Okay. That's not to say that they couldn't declare war on us, but I do think that the AI is generally, they're a little leery of breaking treaties in that way, so fingers crossed. Also, now that we have peace with you, we can trade with you. So how do I get some of this glass steel? It turns out I would have to give you dust-driven distillery. People are so, man, so very protective of their glass steel. And, like, not in a way that's nonsensical or anything. It is a little frustrating for me, a person who wants glass steel very badly. So at this point, we're climbing pretty quickly. Oh, it's eclipse time. I'm not sure how much I care. I mean, like, obviously finding dust in ruins is good. We win the game by getting more dust. But the amount that we're going to find in all of the ruins combined is probably small enough that it doesn't really make sense to stress about it, right? Like, it's not going to be a meaningful change. Okay. That's very whatever. That's a shame, though. The hydromiel, at least, I would really like to run. I mean, absolutely not. Yeah, I would definitely at least like to get the hydromiel running again. We'll see if we can in a second here. All right, let me... Should probably keep a dye booster running. There's no good reason not to. We have no natural hydromiel income. Oh no, we have a very, very small amount. Can I purchase 55 hydromiel? I cannot. I am, again, just gonna buy out all of the grass silk. Being attacked. Okay. Deal with that in a second. Purple, moving a lot of stuff onto the market. Not a lot of it's useful to me, sadly. How dare they? Right, because I'm in, yeah. Well, I certainly am not going to win that fight. Why is everybody got to be so aggressive? It's a skyfin. You're supposed to be in awe of it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful miracle of nature. Don't actually care about pixie blood. I certainly don't want to spend 10 glass steel on an extractor. City's got 3 whole points of population. So, like... Town criers or something would be the next move. Just, again, big flat bonus, big percentage bonus. Because these cities are already producing. You know, those trade routes are high value. And we're doing all right maintaining our approval levels and our boosters and stuff. So maybe it is time to put some more cities down. Maybe we should, in fact, just keep going. Honestly, like, these cities are... Building good stuff in these cities is very locked by the grass steel. Yeah, it feels a little silly to be building new new military units in them immediately. So what, I don't want to settle adjacent to green, but we should like take Masware and Merowan probably. We'll see if two more. We should hold up just fine through 2 more cities. No, wait, that's not what I wanted. Elad have to get back toward the continent. Probably best we just get back on land as quickly as possible, right? You, in theory, should try to get adjacent to some temple ruins. That one is blocked by a quest, but we can be over here and ready. But I don't think I'm going to, like, discharge a bunch of armies from the cities and have them search everything super fast. I just don't think that we care enough for that. Actually, we are definitely overfilling these cities and making it hard for them to continue producing. We'll, like, run these units over to Tralny. The only reason that it might be right to get really aggressive on these ruin searches is the very small chance that one of them could yield a large amount of glass steel. Doesn't really feel worth the time investment to move the units around, though. Not seeing a lot of swift confluxes around here. That's a sphere. That's one. Yeah, okay, we could make a move for that one quickly. Well, no reason not to stop and grab these on our way through. We got 420 dust, hey. That's the drugs number. Could you blaze dust? Probably. It does everything else, right? No, not Hyperium. Good resources, you know, glass steel. Okay, now that we have that, so it's not going to take us that much longer to win our dust victory. And I think the other players are unlikely to try to disrupt us, with the possible exception of Green. Green both has the capability and clearly the desire to just put their foot down and really make me sad. It is obvious that there is little that they would enjoy more. Alright, I'm gonna do my best to save these ruins for the hero. At least we should get the XP out of them. And I think it is time to grab another thing. Let's go for this. I don't think that self-driving plows is going to improve our win outspeed by very much. It's not going to like change the number of turns meaningfully. And this will make me feel better and more confident a lot faster. And of course, it is obviously worth noting that Serum of Iteru quite sharply increases your abstract military score, which is a very important thing for determining whether or not AIs are willing to declare war on you. It does not having a very high score will not guarantee that you are safe, but it makes you safer. So you can, I don't know, come over here somewhere probably. Actually, no, it's got to be down here, right? Yeah. And then you gonna settle Massware here, I suppose. I don't know that it matters terribly. Settle here, next to the clay here. And let's just go ahead and run all of our boosters before putting down a city and making things even more expensive. Alright, so sadly, there's a lot of basic dust tech we can't put down. We do titanium stuff, though. We're great at titanium. Yep, give me one of those. Is there a... fine. We have vision over most of the area that's going to provide anyway, but it'll be alright. Yeah, that's a pretty okay start. So that's another 3 trade routes. As long as it doesn't crash our approval ratings out, everything's great. And I think we're... Oh, right. You got to keep running because otherwise you're going to get consumed by Draken. I want to come down here and get these temple ruins, but honestly, I do not think it is safe to do so. Alright. I don't know why flying units benefit from roads, but I'm sure glad they do, in this instance at the very least. Mithrite, damn. It does not look like Dasraj is likely to fall. Green's just not focusing in that direction, although it is worth noting, as soon as I left, all of a sudden they created the opening. Well, too late now. And obviously, like, moving through the faction quest is not of any importance to us at this point. Go ahead and buy that. Rest of this stuff, I feel like we can just live without. Green's not at war with the Draken, are they? No, they're at war with about half the planet. They're actually allied with the Draken. It's just weird how many of their troops have, like, sort of moved this way, even though Purple doesn't have any stuff over here anymore. Perhaps suggests a military footing meant to threaten me, in which case it's doing a great job. That's exactly how I feel. Alright, so this is another 3 trade routes. This will be another 3 trade routes. And we just give the cult a nice safe berth here. We have one city adjacent to them, so we can trade with them if we want. But for the most part, I am happy to just leave them alone. All right, yeah, you got to make it back into friendly territory as quickly as you can. Oh. Sure. Pacification quest. Is there really an unpacified village in Marwan? No, there totally isn't. That quest probably should have been taken from us at some point. So let's definitely grab that. Sure, a dust refinery, why not? We can build one in the other new city as well. I think that's our first Titan Bones extractor. You know, ordinarily that's a thing I care a lot more about. Is there a good... Yeah. These rotoscopes over here get us some vision that we didn't have before. It's mostly internal to us, but still can be useful. And then Messware also gets a dust refinery. Oh, heroes. Well... Duke Weybridge is pretty solid. Level 6. Yeah, okay. Unwin Weybridge, absolutely. And then... Level 6 Ipsawacha. Ooh. That's pretty compelling. So, I don't know... You get the Ipsawacha because there's like slightly more trees over here. Do some of that. Definitely a good idea to have the hero in the city during that first turn. Missed a bunch of XP on that other dude. All right. Another 15% dust. Wonderful news. At this point, you don't really have anything meaningful to do. It's just science on trade routes. I mean, it's fine. Fortification for your city, I guess? Yep, here we're lowering city upkeep. The cultists have started building the temple. There are 18 turns out from it. I'm pretty sure... Oh, did they actually... They did. Not only did they move a second army into the area, they moved a third, fourth, and fifth army into the area to be absolutely sure that there would be no escape. How good are the stats of these units? Yeah, good enough that it's not even worth... Whatever. Not even a single kill. Again. They will get that spite. It's going to happen. Nobody can stop them. Alright, a lot of these cities are just back on dervish duty after having all sort of finished their constructions weirdly simultaneously. Yep, more level 2s. Alright, so you don't have 18 turns, right? How close are we? We're at 64% and gaining 5% per turn. So, the game's relatively over. Hard to imagine, like, Purple's not going to science us out from here. It really does come down to whether or not green declares war, and then if they declare war, whether or not they can disrupt us fast enough, which honestly I would be pretty surprised if they could at this point. A lot of our money's coming from trade, but certainly not like all of it. The big cities will remain productive, and certainly a lot of big cities away from the front will remain productive. We have enough units that we can just sort of like set up screens to eat up their action points. I'm relatively confident they would have a hard time getting the job done. Interesting. Which one are you? Oh, you're the dust one. They moved the dust one down here and lost control of it. Can you make that? I mean, you're fast, but there's not a lot of road. So if I grab it... Oh, wait. Yeah, sorry. I'm at peace. Right. Green was only able to steal my other army because it was still marked as a neutral. If we run over here and we grab the Urkin, they can't take it from us. And we do have the resources on hand. I am, as a measure of safety, just gonna buy all of that. How much? Okay, I could use one more of those for when that runs out. Okay. So yeah, we'll try to snipe this very quickly at the beginning of the turn. Y'all just get in the city. Come on, huge amount of glass steel. It's probably not going to happen. But gosh, it sure would be helpful. I often wonder what's going on inside the mind of the AI player. Oh, you know what? Actually, you have to loot this from a different side. Like, when Green and I agreed to that peace, I'm thinking, I'm buying time against the backstab, and if we really need to, we'll just break it. I wonder if they're thinking the same thing. You know, for whatever appropriate value of think. Alright, we got a thing to focus on here. I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened for them to lose control of this, because it seems like Purple's losing these battles pretty hard, pretty handily at this point. I think the fleas won't attack the Skyfin. I'm relatively sure that's true. Fleas have, you know, slightly different rules than a lot of the quote-unquote neutral armies, so... Okay, that's a lot of stuff that's just happening there. Baller. And now we want to migrate the Urkin to... here, I guess? Right, there's 20% bonus dust on 4 different cities. It's not the biggest cities, but it's good. Okay, Cold War from red. Doesn't matter even a little bit. We hit that 70% mark. And we are still accelerating. Hooray, 5% more dust. I made that sound like it's not a great thing. I'm very happy. All right, John Port has... Okay, well... So this is a little awkward, right? In order to get to here, we have to go all the way back to basically the bottom of the tree and work our way up. So obviously we will not be bothering. Aquatic dust, not so good. I guess dust diviner's something. It's a very small amount of extra dust. You, on the other hand, you have some very good skill points coming up here. So one of these, go ahead and buy it. Does it matter much where this goes? Probably not. That gets me an anomaly. Terran can just build units. The sad thing is, we have 21 glass steel, which feels like a lot relative to the amount that we have had recently. It's still not enough to actually build the good buildings we want to build, though. Let's reach back and grab this thing. Over in Musware, oh hey, we can do... Yeah, let's do some of that. Grab some more tiles with trees on them. I guess I should be building central markets, right? That is actually important. So in Marrowan, yep, let's make sure that's up. Okay. Yeah, the free Irkin was nice. That was a very, very lucky find. And they have swapped back to focus on the Temple of the Earth's Core, but, of course, turns out it's going to be a little bit late. And, you know, I was feeling like we were behind, and I was feeling like our math was really bad, and obviously, like, we hit that point I was talking about where all of a sudden, like, flips into gear, and your dust output goes up like 100-fold. But if you look at the victory clock, it's not actually that slow of a win. If you think about when we're going to put this away, like, it's slower than I might like. I would love to be out of the game by, like, 120. But it's not, we didn't miss it by that much. I was feeling like we were headed toward more of like a 140, 150. But as long as nobody interrupts me, I think we're in good shape here. Unfortunately, seeing some notifications I'm not a big fan of. Yep, I should have been paying attention to that. Of course, people are doing spy actions on the cult, which means, of course, the cult is going to be doing roundups. That's on me. I didn't actually do anything. I was just watching. I definitely wouldn't have pulled the trigger. You gotta believe me. I don't know if there's any way to sound less genuine. I'm trying really hard. All right, 76, and for the moment, progress continues unabated. The Dust Revitalizer honestly is not even good here. A Town Crier in this city is actually wonderful. Go ahead and put that together. That'll be the one Town Crier for the turn. A lot of these cities, we should probably just queue up enough dervishes that they will never talk to us again. Although, also, in most of them, a single dervish is enough to do that. given the number of turns remaining. Another curiosity I have. Okay, yeah. I was kind of like, I was wondering whether the war was really reflected in troop strength, since it seemed like Purple still had plenty of armies around. But yeah, there it is. It showed up. They got to it eventually. Wow, short eclipse. Well, then I guess there's no reason for you to do anything other than just kind of like sit in the middle of the Empire and think. You know what? Go grab me 1 pearl. We are on 9. So 1 pearl is an extra abbey. I'm not trying to goad you into fear. I do not care about these volcano formers. You cannot make me care about these volcano formers. Yep, Ululani Rawi already leaning into the good stuff here. Volcanic ash is annoying, but not like a big deal. So is there a city that would really benefit? I guess Merowan. Merowan would love to have an abbey. Nope, somebody just died. Haven't been paying attention. Somebody finally finished off the necrophages. It was... Okay, it was Purple, probably. Looks like Purple and the Draken have been sharing responsibility on that one. But like a lot of Purple's troops are over here, which probably tells us something about why all this is occurring. Oh man, they might actually knock down Dasraj. It could happen. Just jam some dervishes in there. That's annoying. How dare you? It was at a nice round number too. All right, so 1 source of pressure is off the table, but in the end, that's actually going to increase pressure on our most relevant neighbor, because it means more of Purple's armies will be available, more of Purple's total military force will be available to contribute to this conflict. It's not going to matter enough. It's not even going to matter enough to really force them to redirect any of their stuff, probably. But it's not a bad thing, I guess is my point. Yep, grass silk must never end. The moonleaf should also never end. What do we need? 85? I can get that. Yeah, sure. Do I not have a gold booster running? I don't. Is there gold? There isn't. Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, I guess you just kind of like hang out on a road tile sort of like in the middle of the Empire, and we'll see if you are ever needed again. Apparently there are some normal ruin searches we could spend some time performing here. 50 red sang is cool in theory. An empty ruin is never cool. Not even in theory. So I think we're going to finish the Serum of Eteru like the turn before we win. So we will get to see our military value sort of balloon artificially. Yeah, I think at this point, the numbers on our garrison, the numbers on our various garrisons look intense enough that like you'd really have to have. I think green does have the numbers where they would challenge us if they weren't otherwise distracted and also thinking they're going to win on their own. But, like, it's enough to be a deterrent, I think. What is this? Oh, hey, we did it. Activate 3 Titan Bone boosters in the next 3 turns to get a Guardian of Fire. No, that's cool. I'm good. Y'all enjoy your Guardians. Now that I'm a little worried about. Okay. At this point, a successful peace negotiation probably wins us complete safety from green. Like, they won't... I don't think they will reverse it in time. I will give you 50,000... No. I will give you 50,000 dust. How about that? All right. No skin off my nose. We've distributed an awful lot of money out into this game's ecosystem in general. Alright, that is green doing that. I think they won't actually complete that. I'm pretty sure because we're now at peace. This is Terran. I mean, just dervishes. No, do not pick up the city, for the love of God. And then, like, down here, we could be like, hey, Town Crier, yeah. And then also over here. Hooray! So is this... Okay. We're going to run one more turn here, and then we're just going to quickly look at all of our cities, because I'm actually really curious how the new cities stack up to the old ones. Obviously, they have very little time to develop, they have very low populations, they don't have nearly as much total land owned, but I think that because they're positionally sort of like on the narrow side of the empire, set up well to run trade routes, a good distance from a lot of the high-value cities. The other high-value cities, I mean. My suspicion is that they're probably still actually making a lot of money. It turns out trade is a pretty good strategy. Okay, that happened. The AIs destroyed all of that stuff. Obviously, it is unacceptable that we are not able to reactivate these things. Well, might not be able to do much about that one. But there's plenty of red sang in the world. Okay, so Ipsawacha gets us this, Namkang gets us that. I absolutely would have been able to finish that if I had really focused on it. You can get a little bit of extra dust out of the forest tiles in your city, I suppose. Here in Namal, we can purchase a dust revitalizer. Why not? Okay. Out of curiosity, could I, from someone, just get a little bit of dust water? I don't need much. Give me like 10. I will give you 100,000 dust. Well, okay. There you go. How's that for contract in your favor? Did I not buy? I didn't buy it. I didn't buy enough. Alright, well, you don't get any more of my dust this turn. Never mind. You might actually end up getting more of my dust because you might be the only player who has more dust water for me. Yep, okay. You get more of my dust. Whatever. You're not anywhere particular, anywhere in particular on the dust victory. All right, there's a slight rounding error really, is what it was. Okay, let's look at some things real quick. First of all, economic victory. Purple is at 50% due entirely to being my ally and just knowing a guy who can really toss around a lot of cash. Yeah, no big surprises there. Green's military strength dropped like precipitously, and I'm not sure why. They must have lost some really important battles somewhere. But like realistically, nobody else has even been in the military game here. The Draken can push around a lot of other people, I suppose. Poor Broken Lords seem to maybe be on the rough end of that treatment, as well as being attacked by everybody else. Yep, and in fact, they've been completely driven off of their initial continent. This has been actually a pretty weird game. Like we've been holed up in our trade empire the whole time and able to ignore a lot of it. But if you actually look at the way the land masses have evolved, and like Purple now having dominance of the south part of this continent, but losing this entire continent in the process, and it's actually been a very strange game in which we were sort of like the island of stability. But like I said, let's have a quick look at this. So, the newer cities, Masware's outputting 2,400. Okay, the thing I was saying is not as true as I suspected it might be. Like, the well-established cities are putting out, like, close to twice as much. And then, obviously, Marine, as the city that everybody trades with, doing just fine. Yeah, wow, it is wild how much dust this city is making. Is that more? Yes, that is more than any other empire. No, the purple has managed to maintain just north of the line. So the two greatest economies in the world are purple and then Massware. All right, I feel pretty good about this. I feel like we have put in the math. Victory on turn 130. Like I said, it's a little slower than I might like, and we have certainly seen the AI win faster than this in the past. As far as internal victory speed goes, this is not awesome, but it's good enough to get the job done. I do think that we probably... I played the game in a way that was fine for the situation we actually found ourselves in. But like a lot of me being able to play the way we played came down to getting lucky and just having a continent to ourselves. And I think that in a lot of setups, the way I played there would have lost the game. And like, you could say, well, isn't that the point? Like, you wanna play for the situation you're actually in. You did a good job. That's the right thing to do. But I didn't know that was the situation we were in when I started playing that way, you know? I should have had more military development until I was certain that we were as safe as we ended up being. I really, I sort of made a blind gamble that paid off, and I feel kind of shaky about that as a broad strategy. But hey, look at that, we did it. And also, Purple gets to come along, even though they were kind of being jerks, and they were pitying me and stuff, right up until the end when I just dropped 100,000 dust on them out of nowhere. I'm sure that helps with the war effort. Out of curiosity, okay, you do see the sharp uptick here. So we ended up on 217,000 raw arbitrary military power, which is a lot. It's a lot. It's just that, you know, obviously there had been some armies of sizes unmatched in the history of Auriga backing that up. So it doesn't get to look like that much, but it looks like it probably more than doubled, right? From here, it's a little hard to tell because of how squished that y-axis got. All right, I'm a little disappointed in myself that I played that one the same way I had been playing a lot of our previous internal economy style victories, you know, science and whatnot. Like, I should have taken more advantage of the fun early privateers. I might honestly have been able to grind green out if we had had that capability up and ready and watched for an opening. I bet there was one. I'm not doing a good job of, I feel, really taking advantage of the things that make the roving clans special. And you can see, like, even the way I was talking about the beginning of this game, I have played hundreds and hundreds of hours of this game. I'm sure I've played more than almost anyone. And I've been playing it for years and years, and I still have never been like, yeah, this is a good time to pick up a city on a beetle and move it over. So, I don't know. We won, but obviously I'm not entirely satisfied with the win. But we'll mark it down and we'll just keep moving. So that's going to be it for us for this game. We may come back to the roving clans toward the end of the series and try them again and try to take better advantage of some of the stuff that makes them special and actually use their cool, super fast archer unit and stuff. But for right now, we're going to be moving on to a new faction that we've not used yet in this series. So let me know in the comments below what kind of thing you want to see. All of the factions we have left are pretty weird. The Broken Lords are another dust-heavy factory, but they're dust-heavy faction, but they're dust-heavy in an extremely different way than the roving clans. So even if we did that right after this, they will not be super similar games. Don't worry about it. So let me know what you want to see. Come back next time, tomorrow-ish, for the start of that game, and we'll see you then.